I'm Robert Tagliapietra.
I'm Jeffrey Costello.
And we're JCRT. You know, when we first met in 1994, we were both wearing plaid shirts, so it was just something that we've always both had a real connection to. With no other print, you get so many opportunities for colors to interact. It's almost like a painting in a lot of ways. Music has always been a huge part of our lives. You know, we met at a nightclub. We kind of went back, way back to high school and junior high, and kind of looked at the albums that had inspired us to become artists. We came up with the idea of a Plaid Mixtape. Loving mixtape we're sending to everybody of the songs that inspired us and the songs that we love and the albums that we loved. One of the most obvious records to go to were the Smiths. We just had the simplicity of these colors, and to me it just screamed plaid. And I wanted to immediately wear a shirt that had this energy of this record.
Hunky Dory is just one of my favorite Bowie albums, but it's, in a weird sort of way, it's colorful, but it's really moody.
Yeah, this plaid was inspired by this album cover, you know, Age of Consent by Bronski Beat. They ran that line between disco and alternative, so for me this plaid had to speak to that. So there was this new wave look to it, but then there's also a slight disco-y edge.
What we're doing is we're actually taking the pattern I draft and we're printing it directly onto the fabric. The nice thing about it is we're also cutting these shirts one at a time. We're cutting them by hand.
There's no choice but to cut that armhole the way it is because that's how it's printed now. One of the most amazing things about this technology is that it affords us this immediacy that we were never afforded before. Collection sometimes took a year from inception to completion. We can have an idea today and we can offer it to our consumer tomorrow. It's an amazing thing as a designer because we can start having these ideas at a quicker pace and being inspired by things in a much more immediate way. And to have that translate into a product so quickly, it's like nothing else on the market. When we started as designers, we had to be part of the system, and I think now we're living outside of that system, and that's what's giving us a freedom that we almost didn't even know existed before.